The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the October 18th, the magical Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. We need to make that one little 2x4 shift. It means we can find a gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But much more important than that, and that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there, too. You can always go ahead and send me an email. Send it to steve@tfnn.com. And inside the subject heading, please put radio show question, of course, in our Tiger's Den. Any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get to the markets out here. Right now, we've got, let me share my screen. Sorry about that. We've got most of the U.S. indices trading to the upside. It's the Dow that's down 38 points, and the New York Stock Exchange is off 3. The S&P is up 8, NASDAQ 85, Russell's up 4, semis are up 12, trannies are up 119 points. They're the leader to the upside. Gold's off $1.60, silver down 6 pennies, natural gas off 31 cents. She's trading at 509. 30-year Treasury down 6 ticks, trading at 159.06. Leading the charge dollar-wise the upside. We've got Restoration Hardware up $37, nearly 6%. Mercado Libre 37 as well. That's 2.5%. Shopify 34, 2.5%. Tesla 21, 2.5%. And Amazon is up 17. That's about 0.5% to the upside. To the downside, it's Upstart Holdings off $16, 4%. Regeneron down 12 or 2. Biogen off 11. That's down about 4%. BlackRock down a little over 1% or $11. And Revance Therapeutics off 40%. or 9 buckaroonies. So we've got one question that is coming so far. So let's do that. Let's get that done. And then we'll go just really to the general markets. This one coming in from Hector and the fuel injectors. And Hector is looking at the real estate sector for the S&P 500. That's XLRE. And his question is, looks to be attempting to form a bottom. Absolutely. It's got 2 bottoms out there, is my recollection. And so let's go take a look at it. We'll bring over. So here, if we take a look at the XLRE first, let's take a look at his TAS market profile. So resistance out here, Hector, and Patty's up at 46.69. That's the daily level. Pricing it above that, you're looking at probably 47.83, the top of its weekly profile, and 48.80, which is the top of its monthly. So those are your upside targets. Now, it's a bearish structured daily profile, Hector, and so a close about 46.69 would be a strong momentum signal to you and suggest those higher prices. Again, 47.83, 48.80. But Hector's question or his point was that it looks like it's forming a bottom, and it formed 2 bottoms at the bottom. One was wave number 7. That was letter G. That was on October the 6th out here. And the second bottom came in on October 12th when that generated a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. So, yes, is the XLRE, the real estate sector, forming a bottom? It has already done that. It did that 4 or 5 trading sessions ago. Now, price is taken on the battleground. So, it's battleground being the bearish structure daily profile. So, it's between 46.21 and 46.69. Now, if price can get above 46.69, the next battleground on a daily chart will be 47.33. But yes, it has bottomed. Let's look at the weekly time frame, see what kind of signals we have there. So no bottom pattern per se doesn't mean that it needs one. Just nothing exists. This suggests that price should go target about 47.42. Above that, the top of its weekly profile, and then above that all the way back to its highs. Now on a weekly basis, you did get a TD9 count top. That's what generated, in essence, that pullback. And now we've got the 2 bottoms on the daily time frame. On the monthly time frame, what we also have out here is a TD9 count top, but price has not broken any key levels of support, so therefore remains bullish. In a real short term, on a 30-minute chart, don't have much to share with you. 65-minute, you've got a TD9 count top. All that really tells us at this stage here, Hector, is price pulled back to support. Bottom of its profile and held. I'd be watching 46.60. A close above that would be a strong move. So to answer Hector's question, absolutely. Two bottoms, at least. Could be a third bottom. It probably is a third bottom. Let's go take a look at that one. That's the A to B equals CD to the downside. There's your A to B equals CD level. And then here would be, so you've got a buy the D point, wave number 7, and a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom out there. So yes, Hector, you have spotted the bottom for XLRE. Thanks so much for writing in, and we'll look forward to speaking to you again soon. So no other questions. So let's just go take a look at the general markets, get a feel for what's going on out here. Now, when I say go take a look at the general markets, let's always remember what kind of market are we in right now. Mucho grande importante. What the type of market that we're trading in, and this qualifies for all 4 indices out here right now, is a consolidation pattern. It's well defined. Yes, we're in the favorable seasonal cycle. What we don't know is whether or not price is going to be able to break out these highs, or we're just going to remain in this consolidation. I wish I knew, but it looks like the Dow Equity Future Contract, which has been the strongest out here, may be the first to release that information to us, as it's relatively close to the top of that consolidation. If you're asking where is the top of the consolidation, from a guideline standpoint, we're going to use about 35,431. And that is only about 340 points or so, 30 points from where we're trading right now to the upside. You can see the A to B equals CDs inside the NQ and the ES. They're not drawn on my chart out here, but you can visually see those patterns. There's also an A to B equals CD pattern inside the Dow. That would take it, I believe that would take, let's go see where, I don't have it on this chart. Where I do have it is on this chart. So let's go take a look at this one. So here's your A to B equals CD inside the Dow. That 1-to-1 level takes us back to 35,455. That would take us all the way back to its all-time high from August 16th, and that would take us back to the top of the consolidation. So more likely than not, that is where the Dow is headed to. But again, don't know whether price will go ahead and break through those levels. We can see the ES on its way to the 44.78 level, or it's basically come close to hitting that. Today's high inside the ES as we speak so far has been what? It has been 44.74. So 4 points away. If we were to see a bearish reversal candle, that would cement the Gartley sell pattern, but not until then. And that is not the pattern that we have in place right now. The NQ, if it doesn't stop here, 15,219, then price should go target the 15,391 level. So that's what's going on with our daily equity future contracts out here. Let's go take a quick peek and see what's going on in the short-term time frame. The short-term time frame being that 30-minute chart. So let's get those powered up on our screen. That's what you'll see right now. And in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see the ES Mini. Now, the ES Mini forms a forms a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. It does it at 6:30 last evening, 18:30, and since then price moved lower, and A to B equals CD to the downside, so a Gartley pie pattern formed. That was formed with this little piercing candle that took place at 9:30 this morning. Now, there's a possibility of a TD9 count top that could form. Well, price first has to take out, or at least spike through the high of the day. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. I hear we're going to commercial break, so we'll continue taking a look at this as soon as we get back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019. Finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn. And he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at the 30-minute time frame charts for the 4 equity future contracts out here. The only one right now that's got a topping signal is the NQ, and that's because it's going to form bar number 8 by 1:30, or it should form it by 1:30. We've got another 12 minutes to go. Now, what that tells us is that there could be a TD9 count top that takes place between 1:30 and 2:30 this afternoon. Now, what we don't have is a confirming message from the other 3. In order for the ES Mini to generate that signal between now and 2:30, price is going to need to spike above the high, that high being 44.74.75. So it too could fall in line for at least a short-term topping signal. The Dow would need to get above, and this is going to be between now and 3, would have to get above 35.125. And in the Russell 2000, it would need to spike above 2270.60. That would take place between now and 2:30 as well. So if you see that unfold, that could set up your short-term top. As far as where price would pull back to, inside the NQ, that's the only one I'm going to take a look at right now because it's the only one with the existing TD9 count pattern. The first level would be its oscillator and change line, currently printed at 15,177, so you'd use that as a target. Below that, then price would get back to the top of its profile, unless there's a new profile that forms. Right now, there's not, and that level is 15,095. So that's what's going on with the short-term time frame for the equity future contracts. Let's go out to Martinez, California, and speak with Brent. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing great, Steve. And how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How was your weekend?
It was very good. We finally got a little rain here, which we desperately need. We've got, I mean, you know how it is in California. We can only have a certain time of year we get rain, and last winter was just pretty dismal. And so we have a situation that we had kind of a longer summer. It went late and kind of some hotter weather, and then the winter we had was just not good at all. So it was almost like having back-to-back drought years.
Yeah.
And so we have a creek in our, back of our property that it's not a seasonal creek, it's a year-round creek. It is normally flowing, and this is the worst I've seen it. I've been in this neighborhood for over 30 years, and it's really desperate looking, and it's down to like just puddles at this point. Yeah, so really need the rain, and it shows we're going to get quite a bit this week. So I'm, definitely keep my fingers crossed and praying that happens. But
You need some.
It's all going good.
Yeah. Okay, good. Glad to hear it, and we'll pray for rain for you out there. But I know you called to talk about Micron Technology. Ticker symbol there is MU. I believe you've been looking at that for a bit out here. So tell me what it is that you're looking at and how I can help you.
Yeah, I think the last time I was just able to email you, I haven't actually talked to you about this one, but this is something I have interest in, and it would be more of a long-term kind of a hold, and I'm just trying to get the best price I can. I believe today is bar 6 on the daily.
Yes.
I think last week was bar 4 on the weekly. I could be wrong about that. So I guess that gives some potential for this week. We could get to 8 or 9 or, the bar after 9, and I'll be watching that, but I know the last time it didn't work. It just continued to count. So that's what I want you to look at, and then see what levels, down below might make sense to be watching.
Okay, so we'll take a look at that for sure. As we take a look at our black background charts, Brent and everybody else watching, we're going to see that price is below all of its profiles. When I say all of its profiles, we're referring to daily, weekly, and monthly time frame. So what Brent and I really need to see is some kind of bottoming pattern in order to suggest that a bottom has come in. So let's pull over the white background charts. And Brent began talking about the TD counts out here. And on a daily basis, absolutely correct. Today should become barred. Well, let's see, 6 minus 4 is 2. So it looks to me like only way that this will become bar number 6, Brent, is if price closes below 66.72. And you're at 67.23. So right now it looks like that pattern that is currently present is going to go away. If you're asking me to try to find any kind of a bottom as price moved down a couple of days ago on October the 12th, I do have a wave number 7 signal out there, but that's the only thing that I have. What we can see is that on Friday, price got up, tested and rejected that red oscillator and change line. So we're going to call that really a key level of resistance that price would need to close above. But and that's at 68.07. And even if it does that, the bottom of the profile, which can be resistance, is 68.67. So that's the first number, 68.67, that price would need to close above to say, okay, maybe there's something here. From an A to B equals CD standpoint, I'm sure there's one that's in here. I mean, I can visually see it. And you did get a bull separation line back on October 14th. So that's a signal that it's trying to form a bottom out there. Any question about the daily chart here, Brent, before I switch over to the weekly?
No, I think that was like you were talking about. There is, I think, probably at least one, possibly 2 AB equals CD patterns there. And I think that you might have identified that before, and the 1-to-1 was something around 64, I believe. But you might want to recheck that and see.
Yeah, so
that's
if we
fine.
take a look at the large one, and the large one takes us back into the highs from March or April of 2021. And so all I'm going to do is just take that over to the C point, and we can see that price really got down there last week. So that moved lower back on October 12th. That generated the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. There are other smaller ones with inside there, but the bigger one has fulfilled itself. And then you got the bullish reversal candle, as I mentioned, on October 14th. But what price hasn't been able to do is take out a key level of resistance out there. So if there's at least 2 bottoming signals, what hasn't been able to, price has not been able to do is take out some of those sellers. So again, that's what makes, I believe, the 68.67 level an important area. If we switch over to the weekly time frame chart, and on the weekly time frame chart, we could put that same A to B equals CD pattern in here. The weekly chart does not show any kind of bottom signal. And so that means it doesn't even have the bullish reversal candle there. And this could be signaling to us, and you said you like to buy it at the best price. Right now, that best price on a weekly chart would be signaling 54.36, and that is the level that it broke out from. What we can also see, though, is 2 weeks ago, the oscillator and change line changed from green to red. And what that suggests is that the move lower should at least start to dissipate, and price should test that line. Now, if price gets up and tests it, currently printed at 73.37, rejects it, meaning closes below that, that would be a bearish message. Do I have something really solid on the weekly that says that right now is when price is going to go target that 73.37? The only thing we have, Brent, is that daily chart that has the A to B equals CD bottom pattern that's out there. Before I switch over to the monthly chart here, take a look at any questions about the weekly data that you and I are reviewing.
Yeah, it makes it a little tricky, I guess. I mean, I suppose if you were to be trading this and you were, at least on the daily, you'd want to see that close above the oscillator unchanged line to give you some confidence that it might proceed upward. It at least got through that first area of resistance, and then if it fails there, which it already did last week, I guess, it just makes it a little tricky to necessarily go in at this point. I think I'm just going to be patient and see how it handles some of these areas, and if it continues downward, or what happens.
Sure, and that's really I think a good approach. And the reason why I think it's a good approach is because price is trading below the bottom of its monthly profile. And so what you'd really have to see in order to suggest that this is a bottom is some of these short-term time frames take out resistance levels. Well, in the case of Micron, the first one is up at 69.96. That's a pretty decent move from where we're trading right now. Hey, Brett, we're about to go to hard break. You're welcome to hold on, and I can answer any other questions you've got as soon as we get back. Steve Rhodes with TFNN.
Yeah, I'll stay on the line.
You bet. We'll be right back.
Are you having fun trading the markets, but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at ticker symbol MU. That's Micron Technology, kind of searching for a bottom out here. And Brent, I noticed on the 195-minute chart, you've got a couple of bottoming signals out here. On the 130-minute chart, we do not. The 65-minute chart, we do. The 30-minute chart, we don't. I think the best thing to do, since that weekly is also in an A to B equals CD to the downside, and we know that the daily rejected resistance last week, I think watch for some type of bullish reversal candle on a weekly basis. If this is more of an intermediate term type of thought process. Brent, do we still have Brent?
Yeah. Can you hear me, Steve?
Yeah, I can hear you. I mean, that's the best thing that I've been able to come up with during that break is that probably best to wait for a weekly bullish reversal candle.
That makes sense to me. I've had the most luck just being patient, and
You have.
It seems so often that these stocks, they get down to levels you never thought possible, and if you just are patient about it, and if I miss something, that's fine. There's another trade. It's not a big deal, but it's one that I would prefer to just try to be patient, and if I miss something, that's all right, but I think I can get a better price. And the stuff that you're talking about more in the 50s, that's kind of, in my mind, that's where I would like to try to, make it happen. If it doesn't get there, that's all right.
So look, ideally, price will get down towards 54.36, the weekly breakout level. We'll see some kind of pattern down there on the weekly chart, which will be confirmed by the daily and the other intradays, and then it's time to fire away. All right. So, hey, Brent, thanks for calling. As always, great to speak to you, and we'll look forward to speaking to you again soon.
It's always great talking with you, Steve. I always appreciate all your help and everything you do every day. So,
my pleasure.
Have yourself a great week and a great day, and I'll get a chance to talk to you soon.
Sounds great. That's Brent in Martinez, California. A quick look at the request out here, the request line. We've got one inside the Tiger's Den was to take a look at ticker symbol GPK. Let me see what GPK is. GPK is Graphic Packaging Holdings. Trading right now up at 2029. That is above the top of its daily profile. Been above that for the last 3 trading sessions. Price closed last week above its weekly profile. It's above it again today. And that suggests that price should go target what looks like might be its all-time high, at least from back on August 30th. And that's up at the 2088 level. Let's pull over GPK, Graphic Packaging Holdings. Look at the white charts out here. And on the white time frame charts, we don't see any kind of signals. If anything, you've got an A to B equals CD pattern that is underway now. That A to B equals CD pattern, just the 1-to-1. Oh, sorry about that. Hitting some of the wrong buttons out here. That's never good. But here's your A to B, and I'm just going to move that over to the C to D level. And that should take price up to where price had broken down, or its TD9 count top. That was the high back on September 3rd. And again, that's going to be in the 2088-ish type of level. A quick peek at the weekly charts, looking for any kind of signal out here. Everything there looks bullish as well. Quick 30-minute chart, things look bullish there too. So GPK, my apology, it was somebody in the den that had requested, might have been, Zip, who asked for it. Zip, the charts look good, and price should continue to move higher out there. So thanks for the request. I see another request in here by email, this one from Lee B. And Lee says, can you take a look at URA? We can. So let's get that up on our screen first. That's uranium, I believe, or some type of uranium. Use the uranium ETF out here. And Lee goes on to say, let's see what he says. Can you give me your thoughts as to where it's heading, both short-term and long-term? And you're welcome there, Lee. So right now, price is above daily, weekly, monthly profile. In fact, Lee, there's a brand new profile that formed today, and that's well below price. That is a bullish message out here. So your question is, where is this thing headed to? Let's first, before we do that, pull over do I have this up? I do. Let's pull over the daily and weekly charts out here. We've got the daily and weekly only on this panel. Just looking for any kind of signal. Do I have a signal out here? So if today price is able to close above, Lee, bar number 8 from September 15th, that identified the high. That was at 28.72. You're at 29.04 right now. A close above that would be a bullish outcome and suggest higher price. And your question is higher to where? And we're gonna use looks like I'll probably use my Fibonacci expansion tools for that. Today will become bar number 5 of a TD9 count. So you don't have that to worry about for at least maybe towards the end of the week out here. There is a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal that's been triggered. But there's been no reversal candle, so we're not going to worry about that. Real quickly on the weekly chart, what do I have? I don't have anything here to be concerned with. Real quickly, do a 30-minute chart. It's got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top out here. Says support would be at 28.77. If price closed below that, that would suggest lower price. Lower price to where? Well, on my charting system would say 26.46. That's not the call that I would make at the moment. I'd have to really go back and take a look at all the short-term time frame charts. But you asked, where is price headed to? So we know the conditions are bullish. There is no topping pattern that has been confirmed. And so the question is, well, where's the price target? Now, I could draw in a very large A to B equals CD pattern. But I'm not going to do that, not at this moment. I want to just take a look at the Fibonacci expansion levels. So let's get that tool going here and see where. Now, I'm going to use the last set of swing points. Well, there would really be two that I could use. Let me use this one here first, and then we'll go back to the most recent one. This one I'm referring to is the June 7th high down to the lows in, and I'm looking up at a weekly chart, August 16th. So the next level, price target would be 30.45. Using that scenario or that set of swing points. But there is another set of swing points that we can use. Let's go ahead and take a look at those. Those are the most recent ones. And that uses the high, again, a weekly chart, the week that began September 13th, down to the low on September 20th. Well, lo and behold, 30.45. Zip, how does that work? I don't even know how that works. I just know that it did work. So if price closes above that TD9 count high, that was the high from September 15th, that's at 28.72, where price should target next would be 30.45. Now, above 30.45, you'd be looking at 32.52. So somebody says, well, Steve, come on, put the A to B equals CD pattern in there. So I'll do that. I'll do that for the weekly time frame. And on the weekly time frame, I'm going to use a swing point. It looks like it's pretty close to the October 26th level as the A point. It might have been 2 weeks before that. The B point being June 7th, the week of, and the C point being the week of August 16th. Well, at about 30.45, turns out to be 30.56 out there. That becomes the one-to-one price projection level. So you tell me, Lee, where do you think this is headed to? I mean, using our Fibonacci expansions of swing points, using our A to B equals CD, I think 30.45, 30.56, I think that's kind of in the bag if there is such a thing when it comes to trading stocks. So hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in and listening, and have a great day. Real quick, just to see if there's any other requests. There is. Let's just get this. This is from Joe. Hey, Steve, can you take a look at the GDX for an entry point to go long? We can go take a look at the GDX. And as we do that, what you really want to kind of do here, Joe, is have that put together with gold because of their correlation. So with regard to the GDX, let's pop up the daily, weekly, monthly set of profiles for us. We know, well, it turns out there's a brand new daily profile forming today, and that is below price. That is a bullish message out here. Resistance, though, is at 33.05, and last week price got up really close to that level. The high last week was 32.93. So there's your resistance. We get back from this break. We'll look at my white background charts. We'll try to figure out for Joe where some entry areas might be inside of the GDX. One of them, Joe, for sure would be 31.55 on pullback. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at the GDX for Joe. He's looking for an entry point. And so I had, just as we were going to break, I said, hey, look, Joe, one of the first levels that you can take a look at would be 3155. I didn't explain that, I don't believe, so I wanted to. 3155 is the top of that new daily profile that is forming. Now, no guarantee that price is going to get down to that level, but if price did get down there, that would be the first buy point. If price got below that level, then you'd be looking at a move to 3017 to 3052. So that's coming from the daily time frame. Let's pull over the white background charts and also take a look at its daily time frame, see what kind of signals we have. So you've got a TD9 count top. I believe we covered this last week on Thursday and Friday. And this would suggest if this top is going to take hold, we should see price move back to the oscillator and change line. Now, Joe, it's currently printed at 30.94. As price moves up or down, that's going to change. But you can use that as your ballpark. So 30.95 or thereabouts would be a level to take a look at. As I look to my weekly time frame chart, looking for any kind of support area, 3152. So you have 3152, 30.95. That's your range right there. And the monthly time frame chart, not going to help us out. Okay, so you've got a TD9 count top. What's going on the intraday time periods, 15-minute chart? What do we have out here? Well, we have wave number 7 that identified the top, but other than that, not much. You saw that big gap to the downside. That was on Friday as gold was down about 25, 26 bucks, and that continued to make its way higher. So the mining equities are trading stronger. It's at least what it looks like. I haven't measured it in rate of change out there, but I should do that. I'm just looking at and I'm looking at these charts here, Joe, see if I can come up with anything, some type of bottoming signal for you. And I don't see it as I'm going through this here. And I've been through the 15, 30, 65. Now I'm going to the 130-minute time frame chart out here, 195. Let me populate this here. Excuse me. You know, this says maybe 3201. So so if you're a conservative trader, you need to wait for price to pull back to about the 30.95 level. That's what I've got there. Now, what I don't know is whether or not that Joe's a conservative trader or whether he's got a position or what have you. So if he, as I mentioned, we can't just look at the GDX. I mean, we can, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to also take a look at what gold is doing out here. And so when we take a look at Goldilocks, what it did on Friday, it had that big flush to the downside. That big flush to the downside created a Gartley sell pattern. Here's the A to B equals CD pattern out here. So the A point, here's our A to B. And I'm just going to move this over here. And so we've got our Gartley sell pattern. And that was confirmed with that bearish Three River Evening Star and bearish engulfing candle. Now remember, whenever you get a topping signal, typically we see price move back to support. That's what I was really trying to do for Joe in looking at the GDX. Well, it turns out that gold on Friday stopped right at support, the top of its daily profile. That's at the 1768 level. We're trading at 1767 right now. The top of the profile is 1768.20. And even though price is below the top of the profile, I know somebody would be saying to themselves, hey, Steve-O, doesn't that concern you? The answer is no. Because if you take a look at oscillator and change line, what is it that we've learned here? Well, over the past couple of weeks, any pullbacks have found support at that oscillator and change line. So, Joe, if you're an aggressive trader out here, you're looking to add to a position, or maybe you were in and you got out, then in essence, now would be the time to do that. As long as gold holds above 1762.60, that should be or could be bullish for the GDX out there. So that's how I would put that together. Now, what happens if gold closes below 1762.60? Then we're looking at run to 1748 or 1727. So on the short-term time frame charts, what we'd be looking for as price was getting back to test that oscillator and change line, we'd be going down to the short-term time frame charts looking for signals out here, right? If it's going to form a bottom on a daily time frame, we should see bottom signals on the short-term time frames. Now, I use various short-term time frames. In the case of gold, I use the more traditional 15, 30, 60, 120, 240, 300. The 30-minute chart shows Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. The 60-minute chart shows wave number 7, a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. The 120-minute chart does not give us anything out there. Let me make sure of that. Yes, that's correct. The 240, the TD9 count bottom above TD9 breakout support. And on the 5-hour chart, Stevie's got Zippo. I don't have to have it on all the time frames. The point is, and what I wanted to share with you, Joe, is you do see that price is generating bottom signals intraday in gold, and with gold again holding that oscillator and change line, now could also be the time to enter or begin, as Basil likes to say, dip your toe in the GDX. So that's the best that I've got for you. I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for listening to the show and writing in. Much appreciated. I don't think we have any other questions, at least none that have come in by email. And I don't believe I've got anything inside of the Tiger's Den. I want to take a quick peek out here. GPK, we did that. Yeah, so we've gotten through everything. Okay, good. But I would love to hear from you. If there's something in the den, please go ahead and type it in. And that you want me to make a request, or you can certainly give us a call at 877-927-6648. Of course, we're going to be getting to the end of the show here in the not-too-distant moments. Or minutes, I should say. So let's go back to the daily charts out here. Just kind of get a feel for what's going on and what we ought to take a look at. So we were taking a look at the potential topping signals in the NQ out here. Why don't we just go take a look at the NQ's charts and take a look at all of its signals. So let me get over to the NQ. Let's change our screens out here. We're going to get to our 8-panel chart. It's got our multi-time frames. And on that 8-panel chart on the left-hand side, you're going to see a TD9 count top inside of the NQ. But price has held that green oscillator and change line. That's at 14,852. And, folks, that is bullish. Even though you got a top, it says the signal would be neutral to bullish right now. The weekly has got a Rhodes momentum indicator top. The daily has got a Gartley buy pattern. It formed that Gartley buy pattern with that hammer candle back on the trade day of October 6th. You're only going to be in bar number 3 to the upside. There's an A to B equals CD. We really kind of covered that during the opening segment. But it's the 30-minute chart that has a TD9 count bar that's going to complete now at 2 p.m. That says a top could come in and form between now and 2:30. So you'll want to watch that. If price does pull back, the first target would be about 15,190. We don't have any top on the 60-minute. We don't have one on the 120. We do not have one on the 240. In fact, the 240-minute chart says, I don't know what you guys are thinking. I just gave you the blast-off signal because this did top earlier this morning. It did it at, last evening at 2,200 hours. That was a TD9 count top. Price is now above that, well above that, and that says strong move to the upside out there. Nonetheless, short-term wise, so how do you put all that together, Steve? Because you're confusing me. Okay, well, I'm going to unconfuse you. The 30-minute time frame chart says it will be a short-term top. And the 240-minute chart says that's all it would be, is a short-term top. Not until we would see some levels fail in the NQ. So what is this saying? This says, hey, between 2 and 230, expect a bit of a pullback. And maybe that pullback is just into the 15,124, 15,190 type area out there. 15,124 and 125 comes from the oscillator and changeline on the 240-minute basis. So hopefully I haven't confused you. Those of you that are more swing traders, then you're not worried about my intraday signals out here. You're more interested in the daily time frame. The only time you want to take a look at the intraday signals is for confirmation that key levels of support have broken. So you've got A to B equals CD to the upside inside the NQ. That'll continue moving higher until there's a bearish reversal candle. The 1-to-1 was 15,219. The 1.272 is 15,391. More likely than not, that is where price is headed to. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Are you looking for a secured investment which pays you on a monthly basis? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be the program for you. The best rate on a 5-year CD in the country right now, according to Bankrate.com, is paying 1% per year or $1,000 per $100,000 invested. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly, on secured, high-value, buildable properties in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment is for 4 years, paying 7% per year or $7,000 per $100,000 invested. Your investment is secured by high-value real estate in St. Petersburg, Florida. Your investment can be anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000. Do you want to make $1,000 per year on $100,000 invested or $7,000 per year on a secured Tiger First mortgage? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be just the program for you. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly. For more information, you can call 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back. Dow's down 42, S&P's up 10, NASDAQ 100 up 116. We're going to stick with the NASDAQ theme out there and go take a look at the Apple out here. So as we take a look at where Apple is trading, as Dave White says, there's some kind of dog and pony show going on with Apple at the moment. I'm not sure what that is, but it's not turned price down, that's for sure. In fact, price right now is trading above the top of its daily profile, and that would be a bullish outcome. That level is 145.19. So if the markets are going to turn down, you're going to need to see Apple most certainly get back below 145.19. If it doesn't, That suggests, in fact, that it's taken out a swing point right now. That swing point had volume, just checking that out, of 64 million. You're at 52 already. So Apple's giving you the go-ahead of an A to B equals CD to the upside. Now, this is not going to give us a gigantic A to B equals CD price projection, but you do have a confirmation. The A point out here being the trading session or the low of October 4th, the B point being the high of October the 11th, and the retracement right down to the bottom of its daily profile, and that's on October 13th. And that, what the heck just did that happen there? Sorry about that, folks. Stevie's A to B equals CD technique didn't really work that well there. Let's see if we can get this thing figured out here. There we go. So there's our A to B equals CD. So you can see prices hit at the 1-to-1 area right now. Would you go sell this? No, you wouldn't. The 1 to 1.272 becomes the next target. I mean, maybe you would. I'm saying no, you wouldn't. 147.52, maybe 149.78. We take a look at the weekly profiles. Price closed back inside the weekly profile last week. Trading higher today, says 148 becomes its target. That gets you up to the 1.272 expansion level. If I pull over Stevie's white background charts, we're just looking for any kind of other signals out here on the daily basis for Apple. What do we have? We don't have much. Not any kind of top out here. Let's look at the weekly, see what kind of signals we have here. Nothing much more to really assist us there. So let's go look at that short-term time frame. Let's go look at the 30-minute for Apple. What is it doing? Well, I'll tell you what it did earlier. It took out its first level of resistance, its key level, at 144.46. So Apple looks like it wants to continue to press higher. And if it does that, the NQ should do the same. Folks, stay tuned. You've got 2 more great hours. Your favorite polar bear, David White's up next with the Power Trading Hour. Tom O'Brien will take us on home. I'll be back with you tomorrow on Terrific Tuesday. Have a magnificent Monday.